Hi everyone. Today we're gonna practice a little bit of core, short, nice, and yeah, let's do that. Let's come on to child's pose. Place your big toes together, widen your knees, and then please place your hips on top of your heels and then walk your palms forward. Neutralize your pelvis, activate your shoulders, activate your arms. So try not to collapse your elbows. Instead, lift up. You can also place your fingertips on the mat. You can place your forehead on the mat. If not, stay wherever you are. Just beginning to tuning into your breath. Take a deep inhalation and exhalation from your nose. Relax your mind. Release everything that you have in your head. Instead, let's put our awareness onto our breath, our body, and our movement. 2 more breaths here. And then inhale, slowly come up onto your tabletop position. Place your knees underneath your hips, and then palms underneath your shoulders. Make sure you're not collapsing your abdomen. Instead, lift up, neutralize your pelvis. You can tuck your toes or point your toes, up to you. Feel the extension of your spine from lower back all the way to the back of your neck. Stay here for a couple of more breaths. And then let's do cat and cow stretch. Inhale, slowly tuck your tailbone out. Bring your chest forward and chin up. Arms remain straight. And then exhaling vertebrae by vertebrae. Tuck your tailbone in. Push your shoulders up towards the sky. Chin towards the collarbone. Raise your head. Again, inhale. Nice and easy. Synchronize your breath with your move. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. And release, come onto neutral position. Tuck your toes and then lift up your hip. Bring your hip to the back and up. Come onto downward facing dog. This is our first down dog. Bend your knees and then pedal your legs one by one just to loosen up your hamstring a little bit more. Nice and easy. Do it mindfully and engage your core. Try not to flare out your lower rib cage. And then let's settle into our downward facing dog with bending our knees. Stay here. And then press the knuckles and the base of your palms towards the mat. Stay here for 5 more breaths. Breathe, elongate your spine. Calm your mind. And then exhale, slowly release your knees again towards tabletop position. The same thing, we don't want to collapse our abdomen. Try to lift up, tuck your toes or flatten, that's totally fine. And then from here, bring your right leg to the back, heels up towards the sky. So again, try not to loosen up your core. Lift up. You can stay here try to align your pelvis. You can stay here or bring your left arm forward. Stay here for 5 breaths. Breathe. Feel the extension from your heel all the way towards your fingertips. And then exhale, slowly release, other side. Inhale, bring your left leg to the back and lengthen. You can stay here or inhale, lengthen your right arm forward. Align your pelvis. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly release. And then place your knees back and then walk your palms forward. Come onto puppy pose. Activate your core. You can place your forehead on the floor, but if it's not accessible, you can leave it hang by your arms. Otherwise, place it on the floor. You can also place your fingertips on the mat. Try not to collapse, not to arch your back. Lift up and engage. Stay here. 3, 4, and 5. And then slowly come back to tabletop position. And then this time, we're gonna lift up our knees. So first of all, neutralize your spine, neutralize your pelvis, and then inhale, lift up your heels. Doesn't have to be very high. Just stay here, engage your core, feel the sensation, and then extend your spine. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. And then inhale, bring your right knee towards your right elbow without moving any other muscles. Exhale, other part of your body. Inhale, lift left knee towards your left elbow. Release. Again, one more time. Inhale, right knee towards your right elbow. Exhale, left side. Inhale and exhale. And then come onto downward facing dog. Bend your knees if you need to. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. And then slowly look forward and then walk forward to the front of your mat. And then come onto halfway forward fold. Flatten your back. Breathe and exhale, fold forward. Keep on bending your knees. And then inhale, lift up all the way, vertebrae by vertebrae. And exhale, Tadasana. We're gonna do sun salutation. One sun salutation. Place your feet together. Try to neutralize your pelvis. Inhale, lengthen your arms up. And then exhale, fold forward, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back to high plank. Engage your core. And then bend your knees. And then exhale, come to Chaturanga, nice and easy and slow. And then inhale, flatten your toes, lift up, low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, press on your knees, lift up your abdomen, and then come up towards downward facing dog. Stay here for 5 breaths. Breathe. Calm your mind. Elongate your spine. Synchronize your inhalation and exhalations. 3 more breaths. And then inhale, look forward, step all the way forward or walk forward. Inhale, halfway forward fold. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rolling all the way up. Bring your arms over your head. exhale, samastitihi. And then let's do we're gonna do another sun salutation, and then from downward dog we're gonna add more poses. Inhale, lengthen your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, flatten your back. Exhale, step back to high plank, and then bring your knees down. Again, exhale, chaturanga all the way down. Make sure you're not collapsing your core. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, release, tuck your toes, press your knees, lift up your core. Inhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. 2, last one, inhale, and exhale, release. You keep on bending your one knee, or lengthen if that's accessible, and then inhale, bring your right leg to the back and up, heel facing up towards the sky. Try not to lift up your right hip, so try to neutralize your hip here. It doesn't have to be very high. You can also just stay here as long as your pelvis is neutral. Stay here. 3, 4, and 5. Point your toes, bend your knees, and then bring your knees towards your right elbow. Come to high plank. And then inhale, bring your right leg to the back and up again. And then exhale to the left elbow. And then inhale and exhale. Bring your right leg towards your right thumb. And then inhale, come to high lunge. Breathe, stay here. 3, make sure you're not collapsing your hip. Lift up, engage your back leg, and then exhale, plant your palms. Come back to downward facing dog or vinyasa if you want. And then we're gonna do left side. Inhale, lift up your left leg, align your pelvis, toes facing down towards the floor. Flex your toes, breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Point your toes, bend your knee, bring it towards your left elbow. And then again, inhale, bring it to the back and up. Exhale to the right elbow. And then inhale, bring it to the back and up. And then inhale, bring it to the front of your mat. Pause here in runner lunge. Breathe. 3. Oh, I'm sweating because of the sun just right in front of my face. And then exhale, but it feels really good. Come back to high plank. You can do vinyasa or straight away to downward facing dog. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. And then we're gonna do side plank. Come onto the outer part of your right foot. Lean on the right side. You can always do the modification to put your left foot in front of your right foot, and then lengthen your left arm up. Lift up your hip, engage your core. You can look towards your left palm or look down if you feel unbalanced. 3, 4, and 5. And then bring your left leg to the back, bend your knees, come onto wild thing. Point your right toes, breathe. 3, 4, and 5. And then exhale, come back to high plank. From high plank, you can do vinyasa or straight away downward facing dog, up to you. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Left side. Inhale, lift up your right arm, lift up your hip, engage your core. breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Right foot to the back, lift up, open your chest, one thing, breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly come back to high plank, and then vinyasa or downward facing dog. Breathe. 3. Calm your mind, elongate your spine, and then inhale, bring your right foot forward by your thumbs, and then come on to runner lunge. Stay here, and then rotate your left heel in, come up onto warrior 2. Try to align your pelvis, so you don't want to lean to the right side, but neutralize. And then look towards your right fingertips, engage your core, breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come onto reverse warrior. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale. If you have a block near you, place your palms on top of the block, in front of on the inside of your right foot. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, bring your left arm to the back, open your chest. And then exhale, slowly release, bring your block outside of your right foot a little bit forward. Come onto half moon pose. Breathe, engage your core. You can look down. Pelvis neutral. 3, 4, and 5. And then exhale, slowly come back to warrior 2. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel to high plank, vinyasa or downward dog. 3, 4, and 5. Left side, left leg forward by your thumb. Pause here. Rotate your left heel in, right heel in, and inhale, come up to warrior 2. Again, align your pelvis, neutralize. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, slowly release. Bring your block in, place it in front of your left inner foot. Open your right arm up. Breathe. And then exhale, bring your right arm to the back. Open your chest a little bit more. Open your shoulders. 3, 4, and 5. And then exhale, bring your block to the outside of your left foot. Come onto half moon pose. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly come back to warrior 2. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, come back to high plank, vinyasa or downward dog. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. And then inhale, slowly walk forward to the front of your mat. Place your feet hip width apart. If you have blocks in front of you, place it underneath your shoulders. And then open your chest, elongate. Breathe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then inhale, bring your right leg to the back. Align your pelvis. Activate your core. Doesn't have to be very high. Maybe from here you can bring your right arm by your thigh and maybe your left arm too. Inhale for 5 breaths. 3, 4, and 5. And then bend your knee. Inhale, bring your knee towards your chest. Lengthen your arms up. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Extend your right leg forward. Pull your right thigh bone towards your hip joint. 3, 4, and 5. Bend your knee. Bring your heel towards your right hip. And then inhale, come to dancer pose. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly release. Other side. Inhale. Bring your left leg to the back. In warrior 3, neutralize your pelvis, elongate your spine. Maybe left arm to the back. You can, and then right arm to the back. Breathe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, bring your knee to the front towards your chest. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, extend, pull your femur to the back of your hip. 3, 4, and 5. Heel towards your left hip. Dancer pose. Breathe and exhale. Slowly release. And then let's do chair pose. Inhale, bend your knees, bring your hips to the back. Try to avoid to arch your back. Instead, align your pelvis. And then maybe you can lengthen your arms up and forward. Breathe. And then exhale, slowly release. Bring your arms to the back. Rib cage towards your thighs. And then again, inhale, come to chair pose. And exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, arms to the back, rib cage to the thigh. Stay here for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, palms down, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, step back to high plank. And then vinyasa or downward facing dog. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. And slowly walk your palms to the back of your feet. And then point your toes outside. And then place your palms in front of your heart center. Elongate your spine. Breathe. Catch your breath here. Relax. You can close your eyes. And then exhale, slowly release. Bring your right palm to the floor. And then inhale, lengthen your left arm up. Breathe. Open your chest. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release. Other side, inhale. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release. And then walk your palms, and then just rest here. The next one, we're gonna do Bakasana or crow pose. And then slowly place your palms, shoulders width apart, and then lift up your heel, and then bring your knees on your triceps, and then try not to actually look down between your fingers, but a little bit forward. And then maybe you can bring your right foot up, exhale, release, left foot up, exhale, release, and maybe you can stay here, or maybe you can bring both of your feet up. Breathe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly release. Give a little shake, and then walk your palms forward. Come onto downward facing dog. Breathe. And then place your knees cross on your mat. Lengthen your legs. And then slightly bend your knees. Grab your big toes, or maybe your ankles. Stay here. Breathe. Synchronize your breath. And then exhale, slowly release, and then come onto both fours on Navasana. You can stay here, bring your heels up, toes point on the floor, engaging your core, and then aligning, extending your spine, or otherwise lift up your toes. Stay here. Breathe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly release. And then place your feet down. Bring your palms behind your hip. Roll your shoulders to the back. And then lift up your chest. And then lift up your hip. Press onto your heels. And then come up onto reverse tabletop. Try not to force. If this is your maximum, stay here. Otherwise, come up, aligning your spine and your pelvis. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly come back down, and then come again onto both pose. Breathe. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly release. Lengthen your left leg, right knee bend. Inhale, hug your right knee and twist. Exhale, slowly come back to the center. Other side. Inhale, bend your left knee, left palm to the back of your hip. Breathe. Activate your right leg. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly release. And then lay down on your back. Bring your right knee towards your chest. Pull your rib cage in towards the floor of your mat, and then elongate your legs. Breathe. Your left leg. Point your toes. 3. Relax your neck. 4 and 5. Exhale, change other side. Inhale, bend your left knee. Breathe. 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly release. Bend your knees as wide as your mat. Your knees your heels a little bit further than your hip. Lengthen your arms to the side, and then inhale, bring your knees towards the right side. Instead of pushing your left knee towards the floor, press from the inner part of your left foot, and then lift up your left hip and feel those sensations from your quadricep all the way towards your hip and your oblique. Shoulder blades remain on the mat. Breathe. And inhale, come back to the center. Exhale to the other side. Breathe. Inhale, slowly release, and then hug your knees. Roll it side to side, or maybe we can also do happy baby pose. If you cannot grab your big toes, you can always grab the back of your knee or your calf. Breathe, and then roll it side to side. And then let's do some relaxation here. Lengthen your legs forward, wider than your mat, wider than your hips, palms to the side, wider than your shoulders. If you need to bend your knees to relax your lower back. Stay here. Neutralize your breath. Release all the muscles. Let go all the tension. Let go your practice today. Be grateful for what your body can do. Deepen your inhalation. And exhaling longer. Calm your mind. And slowly come back to your awareness. Wiggle your toes. You're welcome to continue your relaxation with Savasana. Otherwise, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, join your feet together, place your palms over your head, maybe interlace your fingers, and give yourself a nice long stretch. And then exhale, slowly release, bend your knees, and then lean to one side, and then come back up to your comfortable seated position. And then place your palms in front of your heart center in praying position. Let's take a couple of more breaths here for us to be grateful for the time that we give into ourselves to practice today. For us to be grateful for what our body can do. And may our practice today will bring us more positive energy towards us and towards others. May our practice today will bring us more inspiration. And may all being be happy, may all being be kind, may all being be healthy and love. And inhale, slowly open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. See you soon.